Hey, sports card collectors and investors, thank you again for joining us today for another episode. I'm excited. I've got a mail day recent pickups video I'm making for you right now. And this is always a fun one, obviously. We're all excited when we check the mailbox. I'll be honest though with you, while I did have a couple of things that I was expecting, there was not near as much as what I had ordered. So I'm a little nervous. I'm going back to my tracker and eBay and making sure that my cards are actually arriving on time. I hate it when it actually says delivered, but it has not been delivered yet. I think all of us get a little nervous during those times. So that's me right now. I haven't checked to see if they've been marked as delivered, but I've got quite a few things hanging out there, and so hopefully everything makes it in one piece. I trust my post guy. I think that he's going to come through for me. But anyway, I have got today 5 cards that I picked up recently that I'm excited about. I'm going to share them with you and kind of explain my thoughts behind these picks. Addicting, but it's a little scary too because there's so much inventory that I want to buy all the time. Sometimes I just wish I was the multi-millionaire, one of these high rollers, and I'd probably just live on eBay, honestly, if that was the case. But anyway, here we are. Here's 5 picks. I don't have any mega cards in these these pickups, so there's not a $10,000 card for you guys to see, unfortunately. But I do have some cards that I'm excited about. I'm going to start off first with a set that's very popular right now, 2012 Prism, and I picked up a Draymond Green rookie card, you guys. I'm excited about it. It's one of those cards. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Draymond Green fan. The reason why I'm excited about it is I believe in 2012 Prism, just being that first Prism set. I think that's going to be possibly an iconic set, maybe like an 86 Fleer. I don't know if maybe I'm reaching a little bit there, but I think it's a well-known set. And people are looking for it. It's a Draymond Green rookie. Draymond's one of those guys where, down the line, I think that he is going to become more and more popular. Obviously, he's a polarizing figure in the same way that Dennis Rodman was, back in his day. And look now at, these Last Dance. The Last Dance documentary comes out and his rookie card is selling for $1,500 in a PSA 10. So there you go. Draymond Green is a polarizing figure, but he is an excellent player. And he's been on 3 championship teams. So I got this one all in, tax tag title, as I like to say. I'm all in at $110 on this card. And I just like the look of the card, and I feel like that was a good value. Actually, I just got lucky because I've seen these now listed anywhere from $150 to $200 without anyone really budging on them. And so I was happy to get this one at this price. So that is my first card on the list. Next, I've got a 2003 Upper Deck Dwayne Wade rookie exclusives, and this is a jersey card. So this is before jersey cards were very common. Nowadays, the patch cards, it's like, a dime a dozen. In 2003, they were not a dime a dozen. So this is a card that, back in 2003, this was a fairly rare card. It's listed as an event worn card, so there you go. And so it's considered a fairly rare insert. It's in a PSA 9 condition, so it's in a good condition. I believe I was all in on this one at $90. And to me, again, Dwayne Wade is one of those. He's one of those undervalued players because he's going to go. Now, granted, it hasn't been said, but we believe he will go into the Hall of Fame here shortly. He's eligible in 2022. He's somewhat of a shoo-in. And so in the next couple of years, his cards are going to heat up in my mind based on all of these kind of positive events going on. So, and honestly, I just like the look of this card. These early 2000s, those late 90s, early 2000s cards bring me back some nostalgia. So I had to pick that one up. Speaking of nostalgia, I'm going back to my roots. 1988 Fleer Magic Johnson, a PSA 10. This is one of those cards, again, when I was a kid, not attainable. It was expensive, and before they even had grading as a mainstream option. So this, as a raw card, I could not afford this 88 Fleer Magic Johnson card. And I was able to pick this up. I'm all in on this one at $120. And again, for me, this is the collector and the investor in me. I just love this 88 Fleer set. And I think that as time goes on, I know we've kind of evolved from just investing in rookie cards. For me, that's definitely the case, especially for Hall of Fame players like this. I think that they're going to continue to appreciate. And Magic Johnson is one of those. He is an iconic player. He was, Magic and Larry were the superstars before Michael Jordan, and that's, I think that's going to carry weight, as time goes on. And so that's why I've picked up this Magic Johnson card, and I feel really good about it. Next, I've got a second-year Luka Doncic. This is a 2019 Prism. This is a green Prism, second-year card. It's in a PSA 9. I'm all in on this one at $42 and change, including shipping. So I feel pretty good about this. I also have a PSA 10 green Prism where I paid about $150. So for me, at a PSA 9 at $43 is where I'm in on it. I'm excited to get that. I feel like that's a good discount for this PSA 9, and I think PSA 9s are underrated. I was going through kind of a back and forth with this where I was like, you know what, I need to focus on PSA 10s because that's what everyone cares about. But as I've kind of evolved as a collector investor, I'm getting more and more into 9s, and I'm thinking it's not going to hurt to have some 9s mixed in here, and I like with Luka, his second year cards, I don't think it hurts necessarily to have some 9s mixed in. So just felt like too good of a value, especially with Prism being such a in-demand set. And green Prisms in particular, to me, just seem to be undervalued. So it just seemed like a good deal for me, and I went all in on this Doncic second year card. Lastly, I went a little outside of my box. I've been talking about Steph Curry. I love Steph Curry. I think there's some good value in him. He's one of those guys, when you look back, he's already got 3 rings. He's got MVP. If you look at how many players get to that point, reach that pinnacle, it's very few in the NBA. Okay, so I know we're not talking about much about Steph because he's been injured. He's not been in the limelight as much at all this last season, but don't sleep on Steph Curry. I keep saying that, but more and more I believe in it, just because even if you look at superstars in the league, whether it be Russell Westbrook or James Harden or, even Durant, he's accomplished a lot, but he hasn't accomplished as much as Steph in a lot of categories that matter. Now, I'm not saying that Steph is a better player than Durant. I'm not going to get into that debate. Durant's got his own legacy that's going to carry him, but a lot of people just are kind of sleeping on Steph a little bit. So I picked up a 2017 Revolution Steph Curry Vortex in a PSA 10. Got a pretty good deal on this one. And, just feel like, again, Revolution, undervalued set. I think that Revolution over time is going to become more popular. A lot of people know about the Galactics because they're very rare, but if you look down that set, there's a lot of good cards, whether it be Groove or Astro, Starburst. There's inserts in there that are numbered, that are rare, that are very valuable. So, again, I would keep an eye on those listings. Whether it be Steph Curry or any other player, Jason Tatum or Trae Young or Luka or, any of these guys that you might be targeting. And don't sleep on Revolution. I'm telling you, that's my set where moving forward, I'm kind of wondering, is that one going to catch fire in the same way that Select has and Optic has. I'm curious to see what happens with Revolution as we move forward down the road. So anyway, those are my picks, guys. What do you think? Do you think I made some good picks? Appreciate you tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon. Next time, thanks again, and we will see you again soon.